Folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam, and we're going to be doing a solo mode of this game right here, Stevens. This is designed by Costa and Rolla. I don't know if I pronounced Rolla right. He's got a weird symbol at the top of the O, and I don't know how to pronounce that. So anyway, a couple of designers from their company called Pile Up Games, I believe, and Capstone Games over here in the States. They are, I believe, I want to say that they are Portuguese. They're from Portugal. And they have picked, Capstone Games picked this up from them and has been producing it. So Stevens is the game we're going to be playing today. And we're going to go ahead and get going here so that if you're here, let me know. If you're not, you can't. So don't worry about it. But if you are here, let me know. I like to interact with chat, so do that. But we're going to go ahead and read you the theme of Stevens. In 1755, with a major earthquake tearing down Lisbon and most of the southern coast of Portugal, it was imperative to rebuild an entire nation. The demand for window glass increased to such an extent that William Stevens, a British businessman, expanded his business to Portugal by investing in the glass industry. In 1769, Stevens purchased the glass factory located in Marinha Grande, a small town surrounded by a vast pine forest planted in the sand centuries earlier. Thanks to the significant support of the Marquis of Pombal and the protection of King Jose I, this glass factory grew to the same level as its largest European competitors and became an important factor for development in the region and the entire country. William and his brother John hired glassmakers from England and Italy, bringing them to work in Portugal. Utilizing their commercial skills and strong civic education, these brothers were able to create an unprecedented industry that provided medical care, education, and culture for the workers and their families. Their initiative and resilience attracted other Portuguese industrialists to open new factories in the following years, creating new jobs and introducing new resources. Even during the destructive and oppressive French invasion, the town held its ground and, with the momentum of the Royal Glass Factory, returned to the path of being a great industrial center that still exists today. So that is where we find the theme for Stevens, and a game that is based in historical fact. And so there you have it. I like games like this. Micah says hello. Good to see you, Micah. Hi, good to have you here. Jeff is here. Well, welcome, welcome. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get down to the table, and we will take a look. Now, here's the thing. I have played this game once before. It was digital, and I played it with the designer. We played a little two-player game, and that was, oh my, a long time ago. So I had to watch a couple videos, read the rule book, skimmed the rule book as the videos were going over it. I haven't read every single word, so I want to be transparent about that. But because I had had some experience with it already, it all kind of came back to me. So basically, I'm doing this to teach, or rather reteach myself the game. So there are basically two things that you're going to do on your turn. You're either going to take one of the cubes from these large factories. This is the Stevens factory, and then you're either going to take some other resource cubes, which look like these. This is the glass factory here, which the translucent cubes are going to be procured in. And then the other textiles are going to be up here in these smaller factories. None start up there because they are going to be populated by cards that we're going to be getting throughout the course of the turn. If any two of these larger, the Stevens factory here, if any two of these are done, then that will trigger a I just forgot what the name of it is, a reset phase. And then we'll go through that and so forth and so on. So the end of the game is going to be triggered when the French invasion traveling this way up the track meets or exceeds my point marker, which is going to be traveling this way down the track. Now, if they don't coincide, the end of the game will be triggered when when the French army reaches the 25-point marker. Now, the reason that's the case is because I've chosen to use the opponent variant that the solo mode has, and that is one of his in-game triggers. There's also an effect right here that basically says that both of these tracks, my marker on both of these tracks starts 2 spaces below where it normally starts. So that's kind of like a, I don't know exactly what to call it. But anyway, otherwise, what's basically happening here is that normally you would go until we're at 20, until he reaches the 20 mark. If that's the case, then we would be playing to 100 points, or we're trying to get 100 points or more. Since we're starting here, that's actually a normal game, and so we're going to be trying to score 130 points. I do not know if I'm going to be able to do that. More than likely, I won't. The Automa over here is going to be run by me. That is the, kind of the way it goes. But generally speaking, you're going to be either taking one of the cubes from up here or one of the cubes from up here on your turn. And whenever you do that, there are basically 3 levels here. You have a level of workers here, a level of workers here, and a level of workers here. This is not a level of workers. So if I just take a regular old glass cube, nothing else triggers. However, well, that's not absolutely true. If I take a glass cube from over here on my turn, then I get to purchase one of these contracts, or you're committing to a contract, which is basically going to give you points at the end of the game based upon how many you have in each column. So for example, if these were in the column like so, then at the end of the game, when I score my contracts, I score them by column, and I count how many cubes I had to spend to do that. So with this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 3 cards in the column. So that column of contracts is going to score me 12 points at the end of the game, if these were the cards that were there. All right? And then I would go to my second column, count how many cubes I had to spend, multiply that by how many cards, and that column would give me that many number of points, and so forth and so on. I don't remember what order these were in, so I'm just going to put them back in a random order. There we go. So whenever I take a white cube from here, I also get to trigger to do this. I have to spend reputation in order to get these contracts. If I take a white cube from here, I'm also going to be able to invest in some properties down in Portugal. And I have to spend coins in order to take those cards. What are those cards going to do? Well, if I spend 1 coin to buy this, it's going to go into this row because it matches the number that's here. I'm sorry, the color of resources that it's here. During the reset phase, you're going to be able to score each column. Now, if I score a column, I'm going to have to pay the abilities. Basically, I'm using the land and the resources here, so that's going to go down. The more I do that, the fewer points I'm going to score for these 2 tracks here. And other abilities, like some worker abilities, are going to allow me to get these positives. So the most I can get is 15, and right now I'm getting 7 points for where the tracks are. But if they get down to here, past this bridge, then I'm going to be scoring 0 points for those tracks. That's what we're doing over here. So you're getting, some of them are just giving you resources. Some of them are giving you resources and points, and so forth and so on. So that's what that is doing over here for the different investments. As you're procuring things during the turn, it's interesting to note that the resources that you're getting from these cards here are going to be used to populate this top of the board. And when you do that, you're going to have different things that you're doing in order to do that. So, for example, if I use a black cube here, then I get a coin. But if I put here a set of each of the three, then I get a new worker. I get to take one of my workers off of here, which we'll get to that in just a few moments. Here, if I put a pink in here, then I get 2 coins. If I put a black or an orange here, I get to take one of these textile specialties, which are going to help you out doing certain things to fulfill these different contracts. Also, for every set of each one of these that you have taken over the course of the game, that's going to give you 5 points at the end of the game. So that's what this guy does over here. Over here, if you use a orange, then you're going to get 2 reputation, which is cool. And then over here, if I use black or pink, then I get another one of those textile cubes. Over here, if I use a black, I get a 1 prestige or 1 reputation. And over here, if I use a set of all 3, then I can either take one of these or one of those. So there you have it. Now, so that's what these 2 things do, and we kind of float into here. Now, if there are workers on these 3 rows, whenever you take a cube from the row, those workers activate, whether they are yours or somebody else's. In the solo mode, they don't usually activate their workers because it doesn't do them any good. They are basically just staying in your way, taking away some of these things and some of these things, and taking away cubes here to help the game go along. But whenever they activate, take a cube out of here, yours will activate, just as normal. Okay? So if you take a cube from here, workers here on either side are going to activate. If you take a cube from one of here, workers on both sides activate. Taking a cube from here, these workers activate. If you take a cube from here, you're either going to take a contract or make an investment. Okay? Clear as mud, right? So this looks like my type of game, Jeff says. It very well could be. I played this too, Micah says, but very long ago, yes. We played 3-player game. I like this game. Very cool. Only $30 on Amazon, but I need to control myself. Yep. All right, Luke. Hey, what's up, dude? All right. So a couple of other things that we're going to be doing throughout the course of the. We've already talked about committing to new contract. We've already talked about getting new investments, creating a new profession. This is the second thing that you can do. Everything that we've talked about so far has been centered around taking cubes from either the Stevens factory or from one of the 4 smaller factories. But a second thing you can do is you can open up a new profession. And so you have some different professions here. The red professions are over here, the red door professions over here, and I don't know what they're themed as. The blue door professions are over here. So basically blues are always going to stay over there. Reds are always going to come over here. Now, when you start a new profession, you have to have in order to place a profession on a level, there has to be more workers below it than are here. So right now, the only place that we can put more workers is either here or here. And when you do that, you're basically going to take your choice of the 3 that are here or the 3 that are over here. You have to pay the amount the cost, whatever it is. Here you have to lose 1 reputation. Here you have to use 2 coins. Here you have to lose 1 reputation, 2 reputation. This is 1 coin, and this is interesting as well as these, because the person that's at the top is considered the master of that profession. But another player can come and be the master's apprentice over here. And what that means is that basically it's not taking anything away from this person, it's just giving the other person the ability to do this as well as this person. But if a person comes below, wherever this person is, for example, if I was able to get this person up here somehow, and let me get one of these, and something like this happened where I became the master and the Automa became the apprentice, then I would normally be getting 5 points at the end of the game for this guy. But since I was a master and the other person, any other player in a multiplayer game, excuse me, I would get +1 point. So this guy would score me 6 points, 5 + 1, instead of just the 5. So that's one of the reasons why you may or may not want to become an apprentice. Maybe giving the other person the point is worth having this ability. Maybe it isn't, but that's something that you would have to determine for yourself. But that goes for any card that has 2 spots. Additionally, one person cannot be in both spaces. So if you are the master, you cannot have an apprentice, and so forth and so on. So that's creating a new profession. Reinforcing an existing profession is where you become where you become the apprentice. Now, when you are taking more workers and basically creating a new profession is where you're going to be putting more workers out on the board, you get to choose where they come from on your board. Now, these guys that are on your reputation track are basically barriers. So to get to get 5 or more reputation points, I have to take this guy and put him onto a worker card. Otherwise, I can't get past him if I gain more reputation over 4 points. So you have to kind of realize that you won't be able to get more reputation unless you remove some of these workers first. Secondarily, you have some in-game scoring abilities that are represented by these tokens over here. This one's going to give you, if you have used this guy by the end of the game, you're going to be able to score 1 point for every leftover cubes that you have. If you've used this guy, then you get 1 point for every 2 coins that you have. This guy is going to give you 1 point for every reputation that you have. And then this guy is going to give you 5 points, like I was saying earlier, for these different textiles, sets of those 3 different textiles. So those are all in-game scoring ones. These over here are unlocking abilities that are going to be helping you during the game. All right, so this is going to, well, let's just go and you have to follow the arrow on all of these as well. For example, this one is the one that I started with out here, and so that unlocks the ability to get all of these. But I have to take this one first before I can take these. Over here, you basically have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here you have to follow this way. So what this one does is it allows me to get rid of the lowest priced contract or investment property, and they all slide down before I purchase them. So if I've unlocked this ability, then I can do that whenever I am taking from here or here. This one is giving me a -1 discount on both of these tracks. All right? Now, normally whenever you take cubes, you have to take only 1. But if you start unlocking these abilities, so for example, if I take this one, now whenever I choose to take cubes, I can take 2 from the spot that I've chosen to take from instead of just 1. Here I can take 3, here I can take 4, and so forth and so on. Can't remember what this does here. I'm going to have to look that up. Whenever you unlock this ability, something else happens. So take care of that. Now, you also have the ability up here where to go from here up here. This allows you to, during reset phases, it allows you to turn in 2 cubes for 1 of any other. Okay? And then this one gives you the ability to purchase 2 either new contracts or new abilities whenever you activate those actions. Okay? And I am unclear about what these 2 do. Let me go to there real quick. Oh, man. I didn't look those 2 up, and I was staring at them, and I was like, what do those 2 things do? Let me get to it just a second. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Those are 3A and B. All right, so 3A. This one right here. At the start of your turn, you can discard either the 2 rightmost face-up red professions or the 2 leftmost blue ones. So I can discard these or I can discard those at the beginning of my turn, and then they would refill. The other one, at the beginning of the game, when creating a new profession, you may only attach it to a factory when you are not causing that factory to have the same number of professions or higher than the factory immediately below itself. Unlocking this one allows you to break that rule, basically. You can add a new profession to a factory even when its number of professions is going to be the same, but not higher. So if I would have started with this one, I would be able to add here, but not here, because there would be 0 here if I added here. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. And generally speaking, that's going to be how everything works. It is not a very difficult game. It's a pretty lightweight as well. Is the solo for this one similar to the multiplayer? Oh, Victoria's here. What's up, Victoria? So here's the thing. In the solo mode, you are doing exactly the same thing that you'd be doing. The only difference is that you have to run the Ultima, but you are doing exactly what you would normally be doing. Now, there is one final rule, and that is I can never have more than 3 more workers than the Ultima has. So that's a restriction that I have to be aware of and I have to adhere to. All right. So let's just go ahead and get started. I am the first player, and I will go first. All right. Now. So what I think I'm going to do is, let me see, what do I want? I have some stuff over there. Now, I got to be careful because some of his cards are going to get rid of these cards. So I have to be kind of careful. I definitely don't have, are there any things out there? That's a good one. Get rid of a Q, that's not necessary. That's just a free coin. So that might be something to do. 1 cube for 3 coins. That might not be bad either. Gosh. My goodness. Okay, during a reset phase, we're just going to go down this. So, and use the card here as well. So we'll go over that when we actually hit the reset phase. And the reset phase is triggered by, again, any two of these things being empty. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is this allows me to get a coin or a reputation, and we do start with 4 coins. So I do have to be careful here because there may be some stuff. Okay. I think I'm going to start a new profession first, and I'm going to pay 1 to take this dude, and that is going to go over here like this. And then I will get to choose one of my workers. And I think... I think I'm going to choose this guy. And what this guy is doing is it's giving me the ability to discard the lowest whenever I use that action. So he comes over here like that. And I had to use a reputation to place him there. But whenever this row activates, I'm going to get, because a cube has taken from here or here, I'm going to get a coin or a reputation plus a coin. All right, does that make sense? Hopefully it does. All right, so that was my first turn. I created a new profession. So another one comes out over here and becomes available. Now we flip over the first card of the okay, so this guy means that we are going to place we're going to place a indicated profession from the display and attach it to the topmost profession in a row. Now, he has to follow the same ability that I do. So the reds over here, he's going to take, if we look at it this way, he is going to take this one right here, and he wants to play it as high as he can, which is right here. And then he's going to take one of his workers and place it right there. And they don't spend money or anything like that, so there's nothing really happening there. But that's what this does. And down at the bottom of the card, that is... okay, so this doesn't happen until the reset phase. So nothing happens with this one at the end. And we are finito with that. Now, we're still at the same. I still have the ability to add 3 to this thing here. So keep that in mind. Now, what we're going to do here is, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a glass, and that goes into my tableau. And that is going to have me now pick up a contract. So what I can do, if I want to, is I can get rid of this card. Everything else scoots up, and another one comes out, because this is my special ability that I unlocked right here. And another one comes out here. And now I can purchase cards however I wish. So I really would like to have this one. So I'm going to spend $3, even though that might not be a very good idea right now. I'm going to spend $3 and take this card, and it's going to go down here into my waiting to be completed. once they're completed during the reset phase later on, that's when I'm going to put them out over here. And now these flow up. That turns over, and now it's the Ultima's turn again. So now it wants to take, the first thing it wants to do at the top of the card is it wants to take from up here, but there's nothing to take from up here because we haven't gone through a reset phase yet. So what it's going to do is it's going to take, first of all, it wants to take from here. If nothing is here, then it follows this arrow around like this. But because they are going to take it, we just actually get rid of it because they don't use them. But since they took from here, that does trigger all of these things. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a reputation from this, and then from that one, I'm going to take one of those coins back that I just lost. And then this one comes over here just like that. And that's the end of their turn. So now it comes back to my turn. And, I think we are going to take from here, and that's going to trigger this. And again, I can get rid of this one. All of these flow up like so. That one turns over. And I am going to spend my 2 coins to purchase this property. And again, it has to go down into this set because it matches the color here. And then what that's going to do is it's going to run this column. It's going to give me this and this, but I am going to have to possibly lose some good stuff because of it. So this one comes over here, make 2 rows. Interesting, it triggers a little engine. Yeah, it does. Sam, if you take green cubes, you take only what's beside them, not... You are correct. All right, so I will take this reputation back because I would have gotten a reputation and a coin, so I'm just going to take that coin instead of the reputation. And so I gave that reputation back, which offsets the other thing. All right, thank you for that. I appreciate you, Micah. I want to double check that. Not that I don't trust you, Micah. I don't trust myself. I watched a couple of videos today, and I probably just profession card? No. Activate professions. Either from the upper furnaces at the Stevens factory. Also allow the activation of cubes row to the side of your chosen cube. Yep, you are correct. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So I just did this. So it's their turn. And they have another one up here. Again, no cubes up there. So now they want to take from here. And that doesn't do anything except for, sorry. So it wants to take the one that has 2. So it takes this one and gets rid of it. And that flips over. Okay. If they would have taken from over here, they would have taken the one that has the 3 on it, based on what that card says. All right, and that goes there. Okay, well, let's see here. Whatever shall we do? Okay. think I'm going to take this cube here, and I can get rid of this one, but I don't think I want to. I'm going to take this and put it right here. And I have to pay a... Oh, I can't. Oh, no. Hold on. I don't have any coinage. All right, so what I might need to do then is I might need to take a blue. Or I could... Yeah, none of that works, does it? Yep, okay. Well, I'm going to take a blue, and that's going to let me get my coin that I need to take that over there. So that's what I did, and now we go over here, and they want to take from here, going around this way. Oh, whew, that was close. So they're going to take this, and then they're also going to take this. And that goes here. This comes up, and that flips over. So now, wow, I am going to take this, and then that's going to allow me to pay my coin to take this, and that's going to go up here like that. Then these flip up like so. And then we flip this over, and they are going to start here. So they want to take a green. Then they are going to get rid of a couple of different cards here or a couple of different cards here. So since we took from over here, oh, wait a minute. Since they took from here, that should just trigger this and not these. Now I have to ask myself a question. I'm pretty sure, yeah, if it takes from here or here, then it would get rid of cards here and here, I think. Let me double check. After removing a white cube from one of the lower furnaces at the Stevens factory, remove the indicated contracts. Yeah, okay, so this doesn't actually happen because we were actually able to take from up here, so we didn't have to remove anything down here. But what that does is it lets me, I think it might let me, should I get a coin? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get a coin. I'm not worried about my reputation right now. So that comes over here. Now, here's the thing. If I take this or this, that's going to trigger the reset phase. But if I take from over here, it's going to get me another coin. But then the reset phase will occur more than likely on their turn. Well, no, it will occur because one of these will be taken on their turn. So I have to think a minute. I think I know what I'm going to do. I am gonna I think I'm going to put out another profession. I think that's what I'm going to do. And think I'm going to go with this one right here. And I'm going to put it down here. And I'm going to take this one, which allows me to, during the reset phase, I can trade any cubes in, any two cubes, for one of my choice. So I can do that. And this one allows me to spend a cube, any cube, for $3 whenever this is activated. So there you have it. And now they are going to do the same thing. So they're going to take over here, and they're going to put it as high as possible. So they are going to put it up here because they can, because this means that there's not equal or more. There's fewer cards up here. And then now they are able to take 2 cubes, I believe. Let me double check that. No, they're 2. What is it? Oh, what is it? Okay, so 5A. You can obtain 2 cubes from the same factory. Okay, so they now have the ability to gain 2 cubes from the factory instead of just 2. It's the same thing as for me. So this one comes over here. Well, that's interesting because now I think I'm going to I think I'm going to take this right here, and I can get rid of this if I want to, which I think I will actually, because these will come up and this one will come out. Then I'll spend 1 for this, 1 reputation, and then all of these scoot up as well. The reason I'm doing that is because this British one I want here, because that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3. That's 18 points instead of having a couple of 1s over here, because I'm going to have a 2 here. So it would be 2, 3, 4 times 3, which is only 12. So that, you know, trying to get this card is better than getting this card. Does that make sense? But I can get it later. All right. So that triggers the reset phase. So now we're going to advance the French army. We're also going to place cubes on empty Stevens factories. I think that means that we're going to, I think we bring them back up to what they were supposed to, what they started at. Reset phase. This again, I'm still working through this, folks. Sorry, but I am trying to do it the best we can. All right. Okay, so we, oh, yeah, okay, got it. I remember. So we look here, and this is, so 4, 3, or 2-player game. There's 2 there, so each one of these things gets 2 added to it. So we have 2 here, 2 here, and do we add it to all of them? After the advancement, replenish only the 2 empty ones. Got it. So this does not go there. Okay, so that is that. So we will remove any cubes that are still on the small factories. Then we will place Ultima cubes. All right, so we have this little bag where a bunch of each, I think, what was it? It was, yeah, 6 of each are out there. So during the Ultima, we're going to place Ultima cubes, and that is where we come to this right here. So we're going to draw 2 cubes at random, and we're going to start here and go this way. So 1 will go here, and 1 will go there. So first one, and second one. All right. Then we're going to activate our personal achievements, personal investments, which are over here. And the personal investments, oh, I'm sorry. I also gain 1 point, boink, from this ability here. Hippy skippy. Activate personal investments. It may provide you with income when activated. Each column of investments may be composed of a maximum of 3 cards, all with different colors of cubes. An investment showing no cubes may be in any row. Investment column is activated individually. It is optional to activate all, some, or none of your investment columns, but you must activate the entire column at once if you do so. However, activating a column does not necessarily require it to contain 3 cards. You must spend immediately the indicated resources from the forest track, if any, going down on the corresponding track. In case you are unable to spend, you may not activate that column to gain any benefits. All right, so I have to go down 1 on the forest track, and I have to go down 1 on the dunes track in order to activate this column, and that's going to give me a black and 2 purples, 2 oranges, and it's also going to give me 2 victory points because of this card here. And so now I'm going to be able to choose where I put those things. So for example, I look out here and I can't do something like this because I don't have a pink. And I can't activate this because I don't have a pink. But I could put 1 here and get a reputation, or I could put 1 here black and get a coin, or I could put 2 oranges here and get 4 reputation. Which might be something I can do, but I also want to get some coinage as well. But unfortunately, the only place I can get coins is over here, so I'm going to do that and get a coin. And then I think I'm just going to go here and get reputation. And get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the most I can get because I haven't used that worker yet. And so now we can fulfill personal contracts. So if I have the ability to, so this is where it's important to note that I have that ability to use 2 coins. 2 cubes as 1. So I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. So I'm going to come back, and you may use 2 cubes of the same color as a replacement for any other cube of different color when fulfilling a contract. So I can do that multiple times. All right, so I have 1 white, and then I'm going to use these 2 to equal a black. Boom. And then I also have one of these, which is exactly what this needs. So that's going to go right here just like that. I'm going to keep this token right here because at the end of the game, if I have those sets of 3 and I've unlocked this worker here, then that's going to be worth 4 points. These 2 go back. And then over here, I don't have a green, but I'm going to use those 2 to equal the green. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well. And this one goes up here like that. Okay. Already seeing a problem here. All right. So that is all that happens there. Now, got to check one thing. Randomly take a number of cubes. Already did that. The card displays a disc placement symbol. Take the next worker from the outermost work to an available apprentice space on a profession card with your master. Okay, so they're going to use this, and now they have that ability of oh, that's not theirs. Oh, they can't. Oh, yeah, they can. They can come over here. Boom. All right, I'm going to turn this one over because I want to make sure I remember. Now they have that ability as well. Which means that they can now place as high as long as it's going to be equal to. So if they draw from over here, they will be able to place up here now, or here if they draw from over here. All right. So that is the end of the reset phase. And I think I triggered the end phase. Why can't I find this? Boom. Sorry. Okay, so it should, I would really like it to have said right here by the reset phase, specific order, starting with the player who, in some cases, all players may perform simultaneously, but whenever this may cause conflict, the resolution must follow the turn order, starting with the player who triggered the reset phase. If a condition is met, all players proceed to the reset phase and then return to regular turns, starting with the next player in clockwise order. All right, so I triggered the reset phase, so now it goes to them. So we go over here, and they want to take from here first, so they can. And they don't do any of this, so blah, blah, blah. Now it's my turn, and Oh, that could be a really fast reset phase, couldn't it? I think I'd like to get a worker. A new worker. I have 2 coins. I could do that. What does this do? Oh, you have to spend 2 reputation to go up a level on this. Got it. I think... what's out there? No pink. Oh, there is a pink. I don't want that one though. I want an orange. And I want a green. And that wouldn't trigger anything yet. But maybe I do want to trigger it by going with this one. So I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to place it right here. And I'm going to pay a reputation to place this here. And that will be that. Now, they are going to start over here. They're going to take this. Then they're going to get rid of 1 and 3 for this one. So all these go up. And 2 new show out. I get 1 coin because of blue cube. Why do I get 1 coin because of blue cube? Professions are in-game points. Yeah, I know. Oh, you probably meant that I should have probably put that one up there. Is that what you meant? That I actually will do that because I should have. That should have happened because I could have. No, I couldn't have. I couldn't have. No, I could have because I could have done that. But I would not have been able to do this unless I take this opportunity, which I will, which means that stays there. Okay. That got rid of those, so this comes over here. All right. Doug is here. Looking forward to some games this weekend. Yes, yes, yes. Popping in for 5 minutes between jobs. Are you bringing this to comments? Yes, I will. I'm going to be bringing this and Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay and Heat and Flamecraft and Excalibur and maybe a couple other things as well. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay, so I should have gotten another coin. Yep. All right, and I did this, and then they did that. Yeah, and so now it's back to my turn. I think I'm going to take a cube here. And that's going to trigger... I'm going to spin to this cube to get 3, and then 1 reputation to get 5 altogether. So there we go. So that's that. And then over here, all right, so first, they want to take up here. So they're going to take this one. They can take 2, but there's not 2 there. So that goes there. And if they can't do that, then they do this, but they were able to do that, so nothing happens. That is Gimli upstairs, acting a fool. I may have to go upstairs and put him away in just a few moments, but we'll see how that goes. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, well, okay, I got to take this first. I'm going to get rid of this, and then everything slides up. And then I'm going to spend a coin for that. And then everything slides up again. Is he a fool for alerting you to a package delivery? Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, no, he's acting a fool. He definitely is acting a fool. Because if it were a package delivery, my other dog would be barking as well. Guaranteed. All right, so that's what that did. I did this, and so now it's back to them. And they want to take from here, which means they're going to get rid of the 1 and the 3. And that goes there. And these scoot up. Okay, now I think I will take here, and that doesn't trigger anything because they don't actually do their things. And so now this gets shuffled. And we do another one. This says that they want to start here and take one of these. And that's that. Then for me, we're going to take... Why did I take the purple? Ooh. Maybe because of that. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to take this and can't ever have too much cash, I don't think. But I'm not going to spend a cube. I'm just going to activate that one. Then they are going to go. And so they want to take from here, which gives me a reputation. And they didn't take reds or anything like that. But that does trigger another another thing. So that goes there. Place cubes on empty stuff. So we got empty here and oh wait, we gotta check. Yeah, it's still 2. Empty here. And then remove all cubes. There are no more cubes there. Place Automa cubes. So we placed 3 out this time, starting up top. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Player activates personal investments. So I have to determine if I want to blast my points over there, and yeah, I probably do. So both of those go down because I'm just doing this. I have orange and 1 here, and then earn victory points. I get 2 more victory points, 1, 2. And then fulfill contracts. I can't. So that kind of sucks. Oh, I have to place these out. So where do I want to do this? Oh, I can do this to get one of these. What's out there? Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just gonna do, I don't even know if that matters. I'm gonna have it out here just in case. And then this will go here so I can get 2 more reputation. Just like that. I got plenty of that. I got good stuff of that. So I think that's good. So we are set. They triggered the end, so it is my turn. And I need a green. So we're gonna take a green, which will give me, won't give me another reputation. I need to get rid of that. So maybe I should do something else first. Yeah, I'm gonna do another job here. So let's see. It's a coin, and I can spend 2 coins to get a reputation. All of these are kind of lackluster, dude. That's getting me some stuff. I have the coins to do that. So let's do that. And I'll put this over here. I gotta spend 2 coins. And I'm gonna use, oh, I didn't get another, oh, did I? Yeah, I should have gotten 2, 4, 5, 6. I should be at 6 because of that. Now, I think I'm going to do this and place this over here because now I can take two cubes whenever I wish. Huh, I wonder if that's only up here though. I think it is, right? Beginning of the game, you may only obtain 1 cube from a small factory when performing that action after unlocking these abilities. Yeah, it's small factories. Okay, not these down here. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Did that over there. So now this has to come out. Go here. And this comes out. All right, so it's going to be those dudes over there. They're going to take this and place it as high as they can. So they're going to place it here. And now they can draw 3 cubes, if possible. Then that goes there. All right. What should I do? That allows me to get a coin or a reputation. I can't get a reputation, so I'll get a coin. And then flip this over. They want to take from here. And then they get rid of the 1 and the 3. Oh boy. That and that. Okay. Dang it. That kind of reeks. Okay. What should I do here, folks? So I can't do any more investments, which really kind of sucks because I really wanted to get that, but wasn't expecting them to do that. So, and I don't really want to spend any reputation right now. So, I think, but I could spend some reputation up here. All right, so I think what we'll do is we're going to take 1, and I'm going to get rid of this one, move these up, and I'll spend 1 reputation to take this. And this comes up. The discount that you have, you never go below 1. You always have to at least pay 1. But what that basically does, the discount means that these 2 are now 1. That's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 4. And same thing over here. All right, so that's that. And we'll flip another one over, and they want to take... Oh, now here's another question. They can take 3 cubes now, so remove a certain number of cubes from the indicated small factory based on the highest number visible on the Optima's worker supply card. If there are no cubes there, follow the arrow's direction. If you are able to remove at least 1 cube from a small factory, until you are able to remove at least 1 cube from a small factory. If a small factory is out of cubes, follow the arrow's direction to remove a single cube from the furnaces. Okay, so, at least 1 cube, so it takes at least 1 cube. But if it started here, it would have took all 3, yeah. And then that's that. Okay, next. All right, so I need a blue cube. I could definitely go over there and do that. That will give me a coin. But I do need a blue cube. So let's go ahead and do it. Might as well. Those two are going to go there. And then that's going to be extra that sticks around. So that triggers, I triggered this time. So this goes up here. We have 2 blues come out and 2 whites come out. Come on, here and here, based upon the numbers that are here. And remove all cubes from the small factories. That kind of stinks. And place Automa cubes. So Automa cubes are going, oh, they're just going to place 1. Oy vey. They're going to place it right here. And then I can run these things, which who cares at this point? That gives me 2 purples and a black. Gives me 1 point for this, and then 2 points for that. Then I got to place these out. So we're going to go with place these over here and get 1 of these. And then this one, I'll place it here, and I only get 1 though, because I can't get 2. So, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I could have placed to do that. I could have done that. No pink out there. But I could have done it over there to place out another worker instead of getting, I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep that guy safe and sound. And then after that, we fulfill contracts. So all of this and all of this are gone. So these come back there, that goes back there, and this goes back here. And then this goes down here, and then this will go right here, like so. So if the game ended here, I'd be getting 18 points from this column, and I'd only be getting 2 points from this column because it's 2 times 1. Now, I triggered the end of that, so it is now their turn. And so they want to take both of these. Wow. And then all of those things trigger. So I can use 2 reputation to go up 1 over here. All right, well, we're going to go here, and I'm going to have this one go away, move these up, and I'm going to take this for 1 reputation. And these scoot up again. And it's their turn again. All right, so this time on the red side, that's this side, right? Yep, the red side, and they're going to place here, and that goes there. Wow. PK says, we have this game in our church library, but have never played it. Everyone speaks highly of it. No packages to Sam. Yep, that's correct. Create more professions. I'm trying. I'm trying, girl. I'm trying. My thing is that all of these professions cost stuff. So, but I'm showing you how the game plays. I'm not necessarily showing you how you should play the game. So just keep that in mind. All right. Next, let's see. They just did this, I think. So now it's my turn again. So, oh, I like that. I like that. So I'm going to do this. And that's going to go there. I'm going to spend 3 coins. And I'm going to move this guy and put him right up here. And that's that. Okay, so they want to take from here first. And that doesn't do anything. So this just sits there. I need... All right, so I'm going to take one of these. And then, let's see, do I want to get rid of that? No, I'll do that. Oh, that's going to go into my second column, though. I need something with pink on it. There's nothing there with pink. All right, I'm going to see. I'm going to get rid of this and translate everything up. And, of course, there's a pink. Erg. I'll just be stupid. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pay 5 to do this. That's such a dumb idea. Such a dumb idea. But who cares? It's just a game. All right. But I promised David to guide you. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, Micah. Helping Sam is like walking a cat. Yes, you're correct. Yes, I learned to play. Learn with me. Okay, here we go. All right, so he's going to take from here. And that goes there, and that means I get a coin. Hey, hey! And that goes there. All right. Now, let's see here. I'm going to expand. And I think I'm going to use this one to do that. And I'm going to expand there. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm still within the no more than 3. Next. So they can't take from here. They can take from here. And then they take the 2 and the 4. But that triggers another. That triggers another thingy. Oh, nuts. because I think that's gonna keep me from firing off my column here, because I don't think I can trigger the column unless I can trigger all of it. Where is it? Punish furnaces. Activate personal investments. You must activate the entire column at once if you choose to do so. However, you must spend immediately the indicated resources from the forest track and the dune track going down on the corresponding track. In case you are unable to spend the indicated resource from a track, you may not activate that column to gain any benefits depicted. Poop. 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 Because I didn't activate this, I don't have 2 over here, so I can't activate it because I can only go down 1. I can't go down a second. So I should have, okay, so I can't activate any of that this turn, which really is bad. All right, so other things. French army advances, boom. So this means that only 1 comes out. Good night. All right, so only 1 here and here. Oh boy. Remove all cubes from those. Place Automa cubes. So 2 go out, starting there. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then player activates personal investments. I can't earn victory points. I get 1 because of that. Fulfill contracts, so I'm going to fulfill this one, and I'm going to place it right here like that. And I use those cubes to do that. And I think that's it. Wow, that's going to really suck. Oh, that's bad. And I couldn't get anything up here, so I'm not going to be able to do that next turn either. Oh, no. Okay, well, you know what that means. Thematically, you could play this as a double feature with Lisboa. Yeah, well, here we go. Man. Started here and went that way. Gosh. And I'm pretty sure they triggered the end of that, so it's my turn. But goodness gracious. Okay, let's see. All right, what's next? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I got to get me some reputation, boys. I gotta get some coinage too. I'll do this first. And that lets me spend nothing because I don't have 2 reputation. What the heck? Man. Holy cow. do this. But I'm not going to fire off any of that stuff. I mean, I could fire off 1 to get 2. I guess I'll do that. That's not very good, though, I don't think. Then they are going to do this, which means that they are going to take this one and place it right here. Which means that now they can take 4 cubes if they wish. Man, not firing these things off and getting to place them out there really kind of sucks, because I was totally reliant upon them. That's no bueno. All right, so that's that. They did that. I think let's see, I do have coins. I could do that. Oh, my goodness gracious. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take this. No. Oh, I can't do it yet. This is really bad. I mean, it's really bad. Because I'm out of reputation. I don't have a way to get more reputation. And everything that I can do, well, I can get reputation here, but only 1. One reputation. That's horrible. Okay, so they're going to take from here. They can't, and so they take from here. And so that allows me to spend 2 reputation to raise this, but I don't have 2 reputation, so I can't. Oh, don't let your reputation run out, folks. Reputation is important, apparently. All right, so. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get rid of this, because that allows me to pull these up like that. And then I'm going to spend my 1 reputation to get this. And these are going to go here, and that will be good. But that's really the only thing I've been doing good this entire game, are fulfilling these contracts. So, yeah. So that's going to go there. 2 things are done. So this goes here. And that means, gosh, only 1? Really? Only 1. That seems very restrictive. Am I playing that right? I think it is. Yeah, I know it is. It just seems really restrictive. Golly. All right. So I move this, put out the 1 on each. Now we do only... That was such a bad idea. That was such a bad idea, because it's knocked me out of getting any of this stuff. Smoke in the room. Oh, it's coming out of your ears. No worries. It was correct. Yeah. But golly, these activating these personal things. Okay, you gain all. You either gain and spend everything that is depicted in all the cards in a column, or you do not gain and spend anything that is depicted in all of the... Wow, that was such a bad idea. That was such a doofus move right there. Micah, go ahead. You can agree with me. But that crippled me. Like, super crippled me. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay. Can't do that again, but I do get to do this, so yay, Bob. That's a couple of good scoring columns. But man, holy cow. Not being able to trigger these is really hurtful. Really hurtful. And I should have gotten one more point because of this guy. And I think... Wait a minute. Did we put out Automa cubes? Only one goes out, and it goes... Oh, no. It goes over here. Right there. Which doesn't do me any good. Oof. Oof dee dee, oof dee dee. All right. I think I triggered the end by getting this here, so I'm pretty sure it's their turn. Wow. All right, so they take this and triggers that. Nothing happens. Now it's my turn, and I have zero clue what I can do because I have totally jacked myself up. Putting these two eggs in this basket over here hurt. This stupid decision hurt. And there's literally... I have no reputation. I can't get any reputation except by taking this. So I will and get one. Wait, no, wait. I gotta check over here. Nothing over here gives reputation. Nothing. Oh. What does that allow me to do? That allows me to... Oh no, that has to do with... Oh my goodness gracious. So many bad decisions, folks. So many bad decisions. Yep. That's all I can do. Trigger that. And then their turn. Oh, geez Louise, another one. So they're going to take here. Triggers another one. That's the end of the game. And they get rid of 1 and 3. It's probably better because this is misery right now because I made so many bad choices. But I think what happens now is I get one more turn. But an exciting game, though. Wow. I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. Let's see. All right, so... okay, so... The end of the game is triggered when the French marker reaches or crosses the position of any player's scoring marker on the scoring track. When this occurs, the remaining player who holds the board with the starting player icon perform their turn, so each player has taken an equal number of turns. Who holds the board with the starting player icon? Well, that would basically be me. Their turns, so each player has an equal number of turns, then all players take one additional turn each. It is possible that one or multiple reset phases occur during these last turns. Okay, so I will take one more turn, and then the other person will take one more turn. Okay, but we go through this. Okay, so this is going to be really sucky because I can't do anything over here. I mean, actually, I think I'm going to turn these two cubes in for this just because. And okay, but first we got to do this. We move the army, and then cubes on the factories. So green because it's one, and remove all cubes. None there. Place 2 out. Golly. 1, 2, and I'm going to put mine up there. I can't run any. Oh, I dropped the rule book. I can't run any of these, but I traded my 2 green in for a black to put it over there. And then we're gonna Automa cubes. Didn't do that. Can't earn any. Didn't have any contracts to fulfill, so nothing doing there. And now I take a turn, and that turn is just going to be this, and I will spend a coin to get 1, 2, 3 reputation, and then I will spend a cube to get 1 dune. And then they will fire this off. They will take blue, which gets me a coin, and nothing else happens there. And then So I think what I might want to do is I might want to I'll place this down here and spend the 3 reputation I just got, 1, 2, 3, to put might as well. And then really wasn't worth it, was it? All right, so they take this one, and they can't put it up in here, so it goes down here. And they take this and put it there. And that goes there. And so, I'll take this, and that will raise this one up one, so I get 7 points there. That'll be good. And then I'll get a reputation here. And then I'm not going to get it because it's not going to be 7 points. I'm going to get these things over here. But that'll get me 4 points at least. And some stuff. That's... Oh, crap. You know what? I took too many. Yeah. Yep. At least we were here. Biting nails. Oh, yeah. Autumn, it says you finished a round and everybody gets one more turn. So I don't think I get any more turns at this point. So I'm done. I don't think anybody... Yeah. Actually, I don't know that I could have... I could not have done this. Because... Automo put that out. That was their second turn. I could not have done this. So I would not have gotten that. And I would not have gotten that. Because one more turn each, and then we're done. That's why. My bad. Okay. So this goes here. And I get... okay, so French Army advances, place cubes. Actually, I don't think I need to do any of that now. Because after the end, we just go through and we VP on the scoring track during the game. A final reset phase does take place, regardless of how empty factories there are. Then proceed. Then proceed with final scoring. Okay, well that actually is pretty good because I am going to get some extra points out of it. All right, so that goes there. Then I get 1 point for this. Boom. Then I'm going to activate all of these by paying 1, 2, and 1, which will give me 4 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And will also give me 1, 2, 1, and 1. And then all that's done. Their Automa, I don't think matters. Earn victory points. Didn't have any contracts to fulfill. These come off. I guess we need to place these out though, right? So I'll definitely do... I'll do 1, 2 there. And then... Oh, I can't place that over there. I can't place it here though. Then I'll place No, I can't do those things. Oh, I can. I can do that. And place... That'll get me one more point. That here. Okay. But oh, that doesn't do any good. So no, I don't want to do that. That's dumb. That's dumb. So, hold on, wait a minute. That's dumb, because that's just going to give him an extra point. That's stupid. So where can I place these to actually get any bonus? So these could be placed here to get, I was here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I could place these here to get another one of these. I don't know. That doesn't matter because it's not another set. Okay. So, there's literally zero chance I'm going to get how many points I need to win the game. I have to get 130 points. There is zero chance. All right, so next. All right, so scoring. I'm done. All right, so victory points. We do have a pencil, pen and paper. All right. So, victory points from the track. So I got 16. I got 0 from these tracks. 5, 3, and 1. So, all right. So I got 5, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then I get points. I got 1 point from here. And that's it. Oh, geez. Points from reputation. Okay. Victory point for your master workers, apprentice workers. Victory points unlocked abilities. Okay, so victory points on unlocked abilities. So I get 5, 6, no, 5, 10. Hi. So I get 10. Hey, how you doing, Vic? Scoring? Huh? Yeah, I'm scoring. Okay. Yep.
I was going to show her, but we'll do it when you're done.
Okay, no worries. So I get 5 points from here, 5 points from having 1, 2, 3. So that's 10. Actually, I should be following this. I don't know what this is doing. Victory points for apprentice workers, assigned to that. Victory points for fulfilled contracts. Okay, let's do that. Determined abilities. Ventus always provides 1 victory point to the master. Okay. 122 cubes. Oh. No. Okay, so this score sheet is confusing because it's telling me I need to score my reputation. I need to score for coins. I need to score for these. But these are all things that are unlocked with this, not anything else. So I don't get this because I didn't unlock it. No, I do get that. That is 5 points. So, okay, I get 5 points for that. This one I didn't unlock, so I don't get that. This one I did, and I get 5 points from that. And then the two things, I didn't get that either. So now I just go to my finished contracts, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3. That's 18. So I'll put 18 up there. And then this column, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3, which is 21. So, how poorly did I do? 13, 14, 19. See, 13, 14, 19, 23, 31, 32, carry the 3, 3, so carry the 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only got 82 points, and I needed to get 130. Yeah. I suck at this game. But it's an interesting mechanism. I think as a solo game, it teaches you how to play the game. But I think I think it might be more fun with multiplayers because you're going to have more cubes out here to pull from during the course of the game because of everybody else running their stuff here. I mean, the Automa is only putting out it looks like two cubes most of the time. Only 2 of the cards let you put out 3. And 2 of the cards have you put out 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the 10 rounds, you're only going to get 2 things put out. And if they only put 2, if they start here, they go 1 and 2. And that's it. That's all that gets put out. If you don't fire off your stuff, there's very little that you can do. This killed me about in the last third of the game. That killed me. That was horrible. Very bad. So, yeah. I'm just not good at games. That's what it is. But it is fun, at the very least. I'm just not good at it. That's the only problem. But it's good production. It's good. I like games that are historically based. And that's another reason why I kind of latched onto it. Because, playing a game that has, kind of, a fake premise, it's all well and good. Don't get me wrong. But playing through history, it's one of those opportunities for you for the game to teach on a low key level, and it's still enjoyable as well. So I think it's cool. I'm bringing this to CamusCon, and we'll try to get it played there. But oh dang. The starter cards, that has to stay out, and that has to stay out. Oh, excuse me. But that's Stevens. Don't remember, were there more cubes? On 3-player game, we got more professions on the table. Yeah, I can see that too, needing more professions. But see, the thing is, most of the professions that were out there, they didn't just give you stuff. You had to spend stuff to get stuff. And that's problematic when you're having trouble getting more stuff, you know? But again, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, part of the problem is that I just don't completely understand how the game works. I got to play it more to kind of really see what I need to drill down on and what I can kind of let up on, and you know, it's that kind of thing. So, but I do enjoy it. It's a good game. It's just one that I got to play more so that I can kind of have a better understanding of what I'm doing really wrong and what I can improve on. So that's that. But I got to get out of here. I got some more editing to do, and then we're headed to CamisCon tomorrow morning. Looking forward to seeing those of you who are going to be there. Good game. Way to go, Sam. Next play you win. Maybe. I feel like 50 points is a lot to make up for, but I could do it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.